Rolly, did you know? Okay.
You just what did you starting with the hello? Like, what happened?
Hey Spuds, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. First video on the channel. I don't know, welcome either way. I'm joined by Rolly, who I'm really confused.
And did I know what?
Did you know that it has been nearly 6 years since we first made a video together?
Oh, did we? Oh,
Yeah.
too long.
I was looking back on the collabs
No, I
we've done.
wouldn't. Don't bother. Don't look back.
I think it was May 2019.
Was it? Oh.
So to honour that, I'm going back to what we originally did together, which was look at some transphobic hate
Thank
comments.
you. Yes, I'm very excited to listen to deplority, brain rot, and gout.
Yes, I thought you'd love it.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, this is one of my favourite things to do, to be honest.
I actually,
Waffles.
really positively, I struggled to find these.
Oh, well, I'll change that then.
I had to go in my held for review, and even then it's because like I held the word delusional because I went through this phase of like just so many people
Delusional?
commenting, calling me delusional, and I was like, fine, I'm just gonna hide
Oh.
that. So then
you ran away like a coward.
I did. So now,
Instead of going, we should save this for Rowley.
well, it still gets saved. I just don't have to see it if I don't
I love
want
how we're
to.
both as fidgety as each other. We both sort of move around on this chair.
I know I need to sit on my foot sometimes.
Oh, you really are a gay man. There's the whole joke about
Thank you.
gay men can't sit with their legs down, never on a chair. They always have them cross-legged or up or
I thought that was a bisexual thing as well, that you can't sit on a chair.
Oh, it's always about you, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
no, it's not like bisexual people get any erasure in our community.
It's all about me. Are you ready?
I am.
Would you like to read the first one?
No.
Okay. Find God. He made you the way you are. You don't need to change
Oh,
that.
sis, the thing is, what's really funny about this is nothing. Like, this is actually quite offensive.
I don't believe in God.
No, neither do I. So I find that it's all very well you saying to me, or well, not to me, but to Jamie, I guess, find God, he makes blah, 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 blah. But when you say it to someone who doesn't believe in it, you're basically just saying, like, did you know the sofa actually smells like carrots? And if you sit on it on the stroke of midnight at, I don't know, the 15th of May, right? It then turns into a pumpkin, and the pumpkin will then emit a smell of flower odour that can only be smelt by specific people at specific times. Like, that's the story that you're going...
stopped. I thought you were going to keep going.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's such like a pointless, stupid story. Saying to someone, find God, blah, blah, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You might as well tell me that there are flying pigs around my house. Like,
I know.
it just doesn't make
What
any...
if I was just like, find trans? That wouldn't go down well. Why is it okay to say find God? I don't want to find God. He's not lost. He's just not in my realm of what exists.
Well, maybe you should open your mind, Jamie.
Maybe.
Maybe you should.
Maybe.
God made you the way that you were meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. Trans and all. That's what they won't admit.
The thing is,
Your God made me trans.
there are some people, like some children who are born with like quite bad diseases and die quite young. You're going to say, well, God made that happen.
Even if I were to be inclined to think that a God was real, I'm not going to devote my life to a God that lets so many shit things happen to so many people.
Absolutely. I
Like,
don't...
why would I do that?
Like, in the whole thing about, like, well, God's giving people free will, blah, blah, blah. You can't say this to some people and then suddenly be like, well, we'll say it to this dying child then. Go on, say it to them. This is
Yeah.
what God wants. And also, again, they pray and stuff. They're like, oh, please heal my child. God wants this to happen, so why are you praying to God to change it? Like, this is in God's image.
It's because then it's just all too scary.
It is, yeah. No.
No.
But I actually agree with Waffles. Please, because I think
Find
the revelation of you...
Waffles needs me to find God.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I need convincing, so can you find God, please?
Please.
The only way I'll believe it is if you detransition. To be fair, that would be a gag-worthy video. I'm detransitioning.
Because I found God.
Yeah.
So people, it's really sad. People make videos about that.
Oh, of course I do.
And I'm just like, no, it's just sad. Like, be religious, believe in what you need to believe in. I'm not going to judge that, but if you use it to judge other people, no.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
You are not speaking with logic or facts. Facts are, a trans woman is not a woman. Oh, trans women is not a women.
Women.
Just because someone makes up an identity doesn't make it true.
Well, again, you're saying speaking logical facts, but what you're saying also, you're just speaking your own facts
Opinion.
and saying that it's factual. And the science has been here for a long time now to stand by trans people existing.
I'm scientifically valid.
Did you just yawn?
No.
Oh, I heard like I was looking at the camera, I heard a yawn, I was like, oh, dead.
I want to yawn now.
Yeah.
You've put the thought in my head.
Shall we yawn? Who's the first to yawn? Let's have a yawning competition. This is what we think about you, the family. We thought it'd be more interesting to have a yawning competition than even evaluate your existence.
Just because you are saying a statement doesn't make it true. They're saying, like, facts are trans women is not a women, which is grammatically incorrect, but we'll forgive that. But, like, just because someone makes up an identity, are they trying to say that the identity of woman is made up? Women don't exist?
Well, technically, everything is made up.
Everything is made up.
Everything that we see and do is made up.
The brain named itself.
Yeah. Oh my god, it did.
Yeah.
Wonder when that came. Who named the brain? Who came up with
The brain.
The brain. Yeah, but it needed a word.
Yeah.
Who went the brain? We're gonna call it the brain.
Brian.
Brian's brain. Do you remember that from SMTV UK?
No.
Brian's brain. I guess you are a little bit younger. SMTV Live. It was a show that was on Saturday mornings, and one of the game shows that were on this like TV show was Brian's brain.
Oh, yeah, no, never.
And it was like
heard
a
of
quiz that you have to like beat Brian's riddle or something. I think it was. Any millennials here, you'll understand.
that. Older millennials.
Oh yeah, but you're borderline, aren't you?
I think I'm like a year or two off.
Because 97 is...
Yeah, I was 93. They're 3 years off.
Yeah.
93. Yeah. No, 94.
Oh, delusional, Bannat.
I was trying to say I'm older.
How ridiculous! This is woman! Oh no, sorry, I read that completely wrong. I just lied. See, you can speak out things loud.
You just called me a woman.
I did, yeah. You can speak out. I call you a girl all the time. People lose their shit. How dare you call Jamie a woman? How ridiculous this woman is. And it's a picture of you topless. Oh.
I know. I'm just like, that's
Censored.
the video you chose.
Yeah. Was that a tattoo? What were you saying in this video?
Oh, where people like point out my top surgery scars.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, thank you. I never noticed them before.
Thank you. No, you didn't. No, it's all
I really appreciate
smoke and mirrors
Yeah.
and shadows and lighting.
Sharper puts concealer on them
Oh
before
my
I
God,
wake up.
yeah. Dude. 7 a.m. waking up in the morning, seeing my scars on the...
Keep going.
I couldn't finish it because it's got a too X-rated for you two.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Rebecca Black. Triggered.
You can sing to me later.
How ridiculous this woman is. From Angela.
Angela.
With
why?
Swagway. Angela for Guy. Guy Fawkes. 5th of November.
Yeah.
Angela together. Where was she on the Guy Fawkes Day in 1752, whatever it was? I just thought, you know what, just play them at their own game.
She was born
When was Guy Fawkes? When did all that happen?
a long time ago.
Hey Siri, when did Guy Fawkes try to blow up Parliament?
Guy Fawkes was involved in the gunpowder plot of 1605.
Where was Angela on 1605? The more of this happened, Angela's become the co-conspirator to Guy Fawkes.
Very suspicious, Angela. Ms. Jammidodger teaching kids to hate them.
When did you teach kids to hate their parents?
It's just because I call out parents who are transphobic. I don't know what this video was on, but I'm assuming it's like, oh, I'm saying that I think parents should accept their trans kids.
What I find interesting is, like, if you weren't a shit parent, your child wouldn't hate you. Like, sometimes, yes, there can be some people who are a bit unruly, but, like, if your kids hate you, that's a real feeling on your part. You've obviously done something wrong. Kids don't just hate their parents, like, because someone's told them to. Like,
Yeah.
you've obviously done something wrong for that to happen. Steve Moore. I think Steve hates his parents. Or maybe his parents hates him.
Maybe
Maybe the parents have been brainwashed. You brainwashed the parents. Yeah. If your child isn't trans, you should hate them. Oh my God.
I just don't understand what I've done.
I mean, to be fair, what haven't you done?
Also, most of my audience is not.
Are dead.
Most of my audience are 18 plus.
18 plus. Well, that's, to be fair, that is the same as mine. And I get people saying, like, this isn't appropriate for children. And I say all the time, my content is not for children.
My channel is not for
You
children.
are clearly making A, B, C, D, E, F, trans.
Didn't even get to D.
No, there's no such thing.
It just jumps in
to
there.
be fair to these people, that is the entire alphabet. They would be like, trans. J.K. Rowling there, her new book
What's
is just
wrong with the world?
Yeah, asking like ChatGPT, trans, how make the ABCs about trans people. A stands for trans. I don't know what's happening. Hi, Jamie.
Just a subscriber said, hi, Jamie. I saw her. Her name is Debbie.
Debbie.
There's a group of people on my channel that have been around for ages that seem to think I'm called Debbie. I get called Debbie by a bunch of different people.
I might start calling you Debbie now.
I don't know if some
Deborah.
people... No, Debbie, please.
No, No.
No, Debbie, never Deborah, and not Debs.
I'll call you Doo then. Because you smell like shit. I love that I've instead, like, we're reading out your haters' comments. I've just become the hater. Now I'm insulting you just constantly. Hi, Jamie. They were probably like so excited. They probably thought someone responded to them. And then when they got 4 thumbs up, and then her name's Debbie.
Because like transphobes have made videos about me, like for like various different things. I think one of them must have like had a theory that my birth name is Debbie, which it's not. So
Can I just say one thing, right?
imagine me being a Debbie.
I find it interesting that that people and strangers on the internet would like have this conclusion that this sometimes is your name. I'm one of your closest friends. I have no idea what your original name was. I have no interest in knowing what your original name is. If someone who's this close to you doesn't know, why would a random stranger on the internet seem to know, like, over someone like me?
And it's like the bizarreness of cis people, and like especially people, well, not just cis people, but like just people asking me who don't know me. You're right, my closest friends who met me after I transitioned don't know, but even my closest trans friends don't know. I don't know theirs.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're all like sharing. There will be some trans people who are comfortable. I know many trans people, and unless they were public facing before they changed their name, I have no idea what their birth name is.
Yeah.
I have no interest.
It's
so bizarre that people think they have a right to it.
But why Debbie? I find it, do you know, there are some names sometimes I'm like, how do you look at a little infant baby and go, Debbie, like Agatha, Gwendolyn,
Ethel,
Keith. Like, I look at the Keith.
Crubella.
Is Crubella a real name? Rubella. Was it Crubella? Was this like Cruella and like...
Was it you that was asking, does anyone... Oh, Veruca.
Veruca, yeah. I'm Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
Don't you dare stop me. You're always making things difficult.
Hey, Daddy, I want a golden goose. Here we go again.
No, like, at least change it up, because I feel like if they went for loads of different names, maybe one day they'd get it right, but they never know.
I just wish they come up with a little bit more sort of like, no offense to any Debbies out there, but like just a more of a fun name.
Yeah.
It's a bit normal.
I don't think it suits me.
No. Like what you Jemima Puddle Duck, so we'll go with that. May God help you!
My God.
Oh my
Help
God.
you.
See, my brain refuses to read it properly.
Your brain only reads it how they should have written
Yeah, how they should have. Yeah, and I'm dyslexic. Jesus.
it. My God.
My God.
I don't know if it's like, my God, comma, help you, or my God, help you.
But
As in, like, my God will help you.
But what's interesting is, like, say God really hated what was going on with the planet and what he was going on with trans people, right?
Yeah.
Why would he not go, okay, well, you're not trans anymore then? Like, why is it, like, not forced upon people?
Why would he not smite all the transes?
Donald Trump's God, don't they? They're like, oh, he's like... Well, because they even said that about the royal family. The whole point about control was the fact that the royal family members are going to be, like, God's voice on earth. Like, they were supposed to be, like, his channeling, which is why the royal family wanted to keep it in within the blood all the time, because they couldn't let it out, because, of course, it's to do with their, like, blood
They
lineage.
dilute God's.
Yeah, so, like, they're supposed to, like...
Bad signal now.
Oh, yeah, sorry, the 5G's gone, Debbie. They're, like, God's voice on earth. So... I guess
they
for
do
them,
that.
they'll see it the same way as because they want King Trump now, don't they, in America? That's what they're showing. Like Donald Trump's going to be king of America, and so now Trump's going to be God's voice on America. I wonder how they actually dismissed that, talked about that, because think about there's been kings all across Europe and things. If they was all supposed to be like God's voice, surely it can't be like multiple people being like God's voice. I guess that's why wars happened in the back in the day, wasn't it? Because like, no, my empire is better than yours. I guess.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't need help from God.
No, God needs help from us.
If you're a man wearing a dress and lipstick, you're still a man. But if you're talking about the group that I care about, no, that's wrong, it can't apply. Sorry, but you don't get to have it both ways. Sex and gender have always been one and the same.
No.
You don't get to separate them now just because it's convenient to you in your argument. I like how they think that their viewpoint is like the OG, and it was, you know, their transphobia was being tried to be taken over by like a new wave fake facts thing, when actually it's very based in science. Sex and gender are different. We've known that for a really, really long time. There's so often where people are like, oh, you can't just put on a wig and lipstick and call yourself a woman. And I'm like, yeah, because that's not what makes a woman. So they're trying to say like, oh, well, you'll say that you're still a man. But then if we're saying that about trans women, saying that they can't just put lipstick and a wig on and be a woman, but no, then you say that doesn't count because they are women. And I'm like, but I'm not saying they're women because of the way they dress. They're women because they're women. So like, they've just got really royally confused.
They're
They're subscribed to me.
Oh,
I always love it when I find a hater
Well,
that's
there's a really cool thing now where you click on their icon and it shows you previous comments they've left in your videos. Did you know that? I don't know how long it's been on for.
I need to click on that.
So there's a guy that I managed to out, he's called JD, who's a prolific hater, and he always changes his name, and I always do that, and I'm like, oh, it's you. You've just changed your name again.
Okay.
But everything like this is technically made up. Saying that gender is the same. Is that, but go back 500 years and your argument would be completely dismantled because what they considered normal is not what we consider normal when it comes to like gender and what people did as male and female anyway. So as you said about they think their view is the OG, it's like, but no, that's not. Men used to wear high heels, wasn't it, out of fishmongers and meat to get their feet off the ground.
Oh, I didn't know why, but yeah, like if you go back to, what was it, like the Regency period and stuff, like very, very femme outfits.
Yeah.
Like long coats, like puffy trousers.
Even I feel homophobic looking at them. Like all these like sissy men in their little heels, all toddling around. Hello, girl, get off the fish.
in their pink outfits.
Back in the day, though, like when women used, they used to have like these people that would hold like women's dresses up, and they were like petticoats and things up off the floor when they would walk through towns because of all the sewage that was got thrown out the window, and they'd wear high heels to get away from it, and people would have to literally like carry their dress just so it didn't trail along the floor.
Grim.
The history is actually wild. Like when you go too far back, everything just seems like utterly preposterous.
I think that's where we should send all the bigots.
We-
Because clearly they want to live in a time when knowledge was greatly reduced.
Well, it's like
So
the people
send
that
them
go,
back.
men used to go and hand. Go on then, go back to caveman days and see how much you survived. Be like, oh, neighbours, where's my smartphone? I can't moan about Betty over there in Facebook. Like, can you imagine? Cave number 2, she's a old slapper. Ugh.
That's what they say anyway.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
When an archaeologist digs you up, they gonna think you a man. Brody.
Brody? Do you think maybe they say broske?
I don't know. But
You'll be dead, who cares?
Yeah, but they said they're gonna think you're a man.
Oh, I see.
Accidental ally. And this was literally on a video called I'll Never Be a Woman, where I was taking the piss out of accidental allies being like, when a transphobe says I'll never be a woman, I'm like, yeah, thank you. The idiocy runs deep.
At least it's, I mean, that must be quite gender affirming for you.
Yeah. I'm like, clearly, the fact that accidental allies exist and exist quite frequently just shows that you can't always tell.
And yeah, exactly. And it just shows the lack of understanding. They're just bigoted because they just see like trans or they see anything related instead of actually for 2 seconds giving it a bit of thought. It's like their mouth goes before their brain. They go,
I don't think their brains ever go.
no, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think of it a little bit like the whole you can't fight fire with water. And the man was like, afterwards. It's that thing, this thing, I thought they speak. Like, I don't, if you to reply to this person and been like, thank you for being an ally, if they'd be like,
Yeah.
what?
What? Because they've just seen trans content and then the word woman and automatically gone, trans woman. Because that's the only like type of trans person that's in a lot of these people's brains. They don't even realise that trans men exist.
We can always tell.
They can always
We
tell.
can always tell. I just want to re-emphasise the fault.
The first
fault
time
point.
you saw me, you just said trans and pointed right at
Yeah, I
me before
did.
you even knew.
I
Because
did.
you could tell.
Yeah. And you came up to me and threw acid in my face. True story.
That's what happened to your eyes.
It did, yeah.
That's why they're yellow.
The piss, yeah.
It was radioactive.
You threw piss at my face. Radioactive man. Jiminy Jillikers, radioactive man. Big Pharma ad. Why do they think...
Why did they think this?
I never understood the whole thing about like celebrity, like the whole Hollywood thing, transing up people. You know, the government wants to trans up people. They talk about trans mice. Like, I don't understand why
Transgenic mice,
transgenic
wasn't it?
mice are stupid. The government actively are doing things to hurt trans people.
Yeah.
So why do they think the drug industries are trying to trans people up? If that was the case, they'd be losing money because the government don't want that. Like, they're so anti-trans.
It's also such a hard type of healthcare to get access to. And also, it doesn't count for countries like the UK where we have a national health service. Like, there is no big pharma. There's no money being made by individual doctors in the UK from anybody, let alone trans people. Trans people are less than 1% of the population. Like, really, if big pharma wanted to profit off of a group of people, they're not going to go for the very, very tiny minority that is trans people. Like, that is just not logical business sense.
To be fair, this does sound like the kind of person though that says things like, we always know a cure for cancer, but they don't give it to us because there's too much money to be made.
It's that level of shit.
The thing is, what I find interesting is this, it all comes a little bit about like selfishness and greed when it comes to money is the healthier and happier people are, the more money that they will generally spend in life because people have more money, they have more freedom to do things, they're happier, they're healthier, they won't stay in the house, they'll actually go out and do things, they will spend money in the community, they will go on holidays, they would actually want to travel. This is completely irrelevant to what we're talking about anyway, so I don't know why I'm going on.
Go off, Rolly.
Government like taking all the money and being like, oh, the industries are failing. Yeah, because you're taking all of the money. If you actually help people have more money, they will go out and spend more money. Emphasis on fueling the economy and actually getting everything up together. You can't have 3 companies up here and everyone else down here and go, why aren't these people helping us and giving us more money? Why would... Oh, it's dumb. I can't, sorry. I'm not very smart, but sometimes there are some things that happen and I'm just like, this is... Even I'm a dumbass shit and I know exactly what is wrong with this... yeah.
You're not dumb as shit. You have significantly more going on than all of these transphobes put together.
Well, it's not hard. Jesus Christ. It's a very low bar to set.
Jamie's favourite word, transphobe.
Your favourite word.
Apparently my favourite word.
But the thing is, their favourite word is the exact same as like you're a man or you're a woman. Like they do the exact same thing just in reverse.
I'm going to call a shit. Mm-hmm. If you're being transphobic, I'm going to call you transphobic.
Iris Penny. Die. Nothing more to say. Just die.
Okay.
You are a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Aww.
Beautiful Bridget.
Beautiful Bridget.
Yeah, thank you. You make a very handsome woman. Thank you.
I just love that YouTube was like encouraging me to thank a hater.
I think you should have. You should have just been like, use the automated. Wow, thank you. I went to click on it then as if it was going to do something. Wow, thank you. Thank you. IL-YS6IB. S. Yips, IBS.
Yips. Yeah, thank you. Note that they have called me beautiful.
Beautiful.
I choose to take that from this comment.
Oh my God.
I am beautiful.
You are beautiful in
Thank you.
every single way, except smell, taste, touch.
Sight.
My brain is so fried today.
This is the 4th video we're filming in a row.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good one to end on.
It is. Like, it's proper brain rot.
I don't think this is transphobic, but someone's said I look like an oboe player, and I don't know what that means.
What's oboe?
It's like
Is
a
that an instrument?
clarinet.
A
Yeah.
clarinet.
It's like a clarinet, but it's got a different reed.
Because you like to suck pipe? I don't know.
Is it a homophobic thing?
I don't know. Like, do you look like I'm thinking it's because I'm thinking like phallic things in the mouth.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that what you're saying?
I look like a...
Can you
what
play an
they're
instrument? Poopy? Poopo? Oh, gonna get loopy off my poopy.
Poo pee.
Oh my God. Oh,
I mean, I can play
fetouage.
clarinet.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or do I look like a classical musician?
Is that a bad thing?
No,
I was going to say that.
This one I've left in because I was confused by it, but they did call me bro.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah,
you
I
think
think
it's phallic? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I think it's a homophobic comment as if like you suck or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I think being able to play an instrument, I mean, I can't, but I think it's actually quite a exciting thing to be able to do. Even if it is the skin flute. That is disgusting. I think you should fully just apologise to your audience now for saying such perverse things.
You said
this
it.
is a child's channel. YouTube Kids. Comments turned off.
What if I don't want to be referred to as cis? What?
Who cares? Again, they equate cis to being trans, so they suddenly go, don't refer to me as anything that's not trans. Like, do you know what I mean? It's that.
Don't put me in the... They view it as like being put in the same category as trans people when it's literally saying that you are the opposite of a trans person.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot get further away from being trans than being cis. If you're not cis, you're trans.
Danielle Willis DIY.
Yeah.
It's because she DIY'd her gender. Yeah, she's actually Daniel to Danielle. Back to Daniel. Daniel!
Do you like being referred to as cis, Rolly?
I don't give a shit. Call me whatever you want.
Okay.
Literally, you can call me whatever. I'm not, I don't care. This is always my biggest thing when people have a go, like, people call you names and stuff. Like, you're giving me attention. As long as you're talking about me, do anything, I don't give a shit. Any press is good press.
Piss eyes.
Piss eyes. Who doesn't love a golden shower? Sorry, you still don't pass. Well, you're obviously blind. You still don't pass. Not to worry, many lesbians like you find... What does that say?
What that means.
Hirsute.
Hairy.
Hairy?
They've just used the weirdest word for... Find hairy women attractive.
Perhaps even your missus.
I don't pass, apparently. Lesbians would not be attracted to me. I am a man.
You would... Like, the thing is, what's really funny is if people didn't know who you were, like... Because you are a famous online woman. Because if people didn't know who you were, you would be the kind of person that they would then make a video about going, this man is entering my space. Because, let's be honest, again, this is a man. No one is going to look you you do not pass. Like, you're now just actively
being stupid
and blind
especially
to
because
reality.
somebody who thought I was a trans woman was like, you'll always be a man.
Yeah,
So don't tell me this.
It's just factually incorrect. And again, I know people don't like when you talk more gender stereotypical stuff, but no one is going to look at Jamie and say this is a woman. It's just not going. It's just trans. But again, they don't even believe that. They know what they're saying is factually incorrect.
Yeah.
We've seen the transvestigation stuff they do when they take the most manly man and say it's a woman. It's the most womanliest woman, again stereotypically, and say it's a man. All of these people are just totally delulu, and you saying sorry, you still don't pass. It's just utterly ludicrous. It's like looking at me and saying I'm a cat. Like, it's just so factually incorrect.
It would explain the eyes.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I was going to say you'd look at me and say that I was a woman, but some people actually really do believe it.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah.
Okay, own it.
Yeah.
So I've been on testosterone for like 13 years now, and in that entire time, I've never been hit on by a lesbian.
Until
never.
today.
But like, I have been hit on by gay guys, bisexual men, straight women, but never lesbians. Because guess what? Lesbians find women attractive, and I'm not.
You will never be a woman!
It's like lesbians watching this video. Would you want to date me?
Oh my God,
I don't think so.
She got to a lesbian speed dating. Mama, are you going to be a lesbian tonight?
Get kicked out.
Yeah, exactly. There'd be the people that would be like, oh, he's invading a woman's space.
Yeah, I know. Somebody left a very nice comment. Jamie is a gem. Thank you, Mega Green Care Bear.
Do you know? Okay, so Doom Man 1980. What did 90? I can't even count now. She's a manipulative groomer. Can I say one thing? And I can speak on behalf of the Doom community as a massive Doom fan and who is in the gaming community. You are not welcome. Like, especially things like Doom, like, it's very trans inclusive, it's very alternative, it's like, you are not welcome in our circle whatsoever. I can solidly say that in the Doom community.
True ally. I just like someone just leaving like a nice little comment on my video, and they're like, no, you can't think this, and just the only words in there that are not wrong or offensive is like misgendering, manipulative, and why the hell is groomer making a resurgence?
Well, they don't really know what it means. They just
No.
it's just like Trump will say one thing or Elon will say one thing, and they'll go like just constantly flapping their fins. Yeah, groomer. You don't even know what groomer means. You'd think literally groomer is someone just being LGBT on the internet. You're grooming children. I don't want anything to do with children. Like,
I know.
I don't want to be near me. Like,
We're never going to see you again after we have kids.
it's surprised you even see me now, to be honest, because you are a manipulative groomer.
I manipulated you into being gay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but even before, I mean, I came out at 11, so I mean, good luck. I didn't know you knew me back then. You were like, what? You were like, what, 7?
I'm very good.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Trans women are trans men are trans, real men and real men and real women are real women. Simple and straightforward. Stop feeding the delusional brains. Gotta stop somewhere. Even the trans people themselves know they ain't a real women. Why act like they are? And if someone can make out difference between a real woman and a trans woman just by looking from up to down, then it's not rocket science to know that they aren't real women. That is just...
That felt like...
That's a word salad of shit, isn't it?
You should have really looked on ChatGPT and said, can you put this comment in like 2 words? I'm twat.
The thing is, like, trans women are trans. Yeah, trans men are trans. You've not said anything like...
You might get 1 or 2 people in the community who might like have a slightly stronger opinion on how they identify or whatever, but like most trans people acknowledge that they're trans.
The most I've seen is some trans people who feel like they've personally completed their physical transition. If they're a trans man, they'll be like, I'm a man with a trans past.
Okay.
That kind of thing. It's not something that's very common. It's not something I personally...
That feels a little sad. It almost feels like they still haven't accepted the part of it. It's almost like they're trying to pretend it's... It feels a little bit ex-gay.
But yeah, but if like they need to do that, sure.
But as long as they're not shitting on other people by doing it.
I do think, like, factually, though, you are still a person who is trans.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, trans men are trans. Well done. Trans women are trans. That's like saying tall women are tall. Well, you've not said they're not
she's
women.
a big woman. Yeah. But also, simple and straightforward. But you clearly don't understand what simple and straightforward is by this comment, because Jesus Christ, that was like a dyslexic's nightmare. I'm glad
You're
you
saying
read that.
as a
Yeah.
Did I start reading and you're like, thank God for that?
What? I don't know. What was the point you were trying? I don't really understand the point you were trying to make, because we agree that people accept that they're trans. I don't get it.
Yeah. And they're like, if someone can make out difference between a real woman and a trans woman. And it's like,
we've been proved many times that that's just not the case.
Like in these hate comments alone, I've both been told I will always be a man and I will never be a man.
Oh, the ultimate non-binary queen.
That's the real tea. You will be a man who has had surgery to emulate.
You said that word so many times now. I was like, lost all meaning. Like, you be man, woman.
You will be a man who has had surgery to emulate a woman, but never ever can you be a woman. It's all down to X and Y. You can't define nature, so as long as people accept that, all is good.
I mean, if you put that comment literally just said, oh, people can tell, blah, 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 and now you've just been told that you're now...
I've been told that I will
You're actually going to be a trans woman, so it's like ping pong, isn't it? Back and forward of each other. No! There are many trans people who like really dispel a lot of these rumours that people make of this, and like, we're not doing that like it's mean, but like for a hypothetical for this, if you actually put you guys all up together, they would have like an absolute field day and be completely wrong 90% of the time.
Yeah, if you did a combo of like all different types of presenting people, some trans, some cis, some men, some women, some non-binary people, and you said, go on, pick out the cis people, the trans people, and then categorize them woman, man. Mm-hmm. They would get it so wrong.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would all just be luck, because there is no formula to telling.
Whoever told you you are a man, respectfully, they lied. Well, tell that to the person behind.
You've been lying to me.
I have been lying to you.
That's not what real friends do, Rolly.
Yeah, but I never claimed to be a real friend.
Oh, yeah.
When did I ever say that I'm your friend?
Yeah, true.
I said, lover, queen. I love that the person cried first. I was like,
yeah.
Well, I have to say though, Jada Hamilton, let's transvestigate her. Send her to the...
Respect a non-anonymous bigot.
Yeah.
It's that respectfully they lied.
Yeah, respectfully.
I am getting whiplash though from these comments of like, you'll always be a man, you'll never be a man.
It's good because they do the fighting for you. Don't have, like, they do the justifications for you. No one likes to justify their existence, but you don't even need to do that because they do it for you.
Yeah, we're just sat in the middle eating popcorn.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No one told me I'm a man though. That's really weird.
Amanda.
They're like, whoever told you you're a man? I'm like, nobody told me.
That's actually a really interesting thing because they say that about like kids and things wouldn't know who they are. And it's like cis people never get told who they are.
Yeah, if you're cis and straight, you never get told that you're wrong for thinking you know who you are.
Yeah.
But if you're trans and you're not straight, oh no, you can't possibly know. But then you're forcing heteronormativity and saying that 3-year-olds are girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah. And the stupid thing as well is like, I know it's a bit different because it's about sexuality, but like I had in my primary school, so I was about 8 years old, I was already being called gay by my classmates. And like, if they could look at me and the way that I was behaving when I was 8 years old and call me gay, surely that is enough proof to go, well, maybe there's actually something here that's not, I know it's all based a bit I'm very stereotypical gay man, whatever. But like, if people that young are telling me that kind of stuff, you're telling me that it's a choice or like it's been like learned behavior. Like, what 8-year-old really has that much of a say when it comes to like my mannerisms were just who I was. No one made me be feminine. That was just kind of how I grew up in a Christian household. I lived with my grandparents who were like old school. No one around me was like overtly
like
feminine,
encouraging you to be gay.
Yeah. If anything, my granddad, like, I used to go to the allotment and dig potatoes with my granddad. Like, I was never. I know, can you imagine, Teddy, go up the garden, boy, get some teddies. Like, I was still very overtly feminine, and like people could see from such a young age that I don't know why people seem to think that there's some kind of like switch when he gets like 15 or something. That they're like, oh, like you've watched a video and all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to be a woman now. Again, if classmates who barely know me can call me gay already when I'm that young, clearly there's something in the air, in the water, or like in the water, like in the water of life. And
nobody ever like said, oh, you're a man. But like, I got bullied my entire childhood for being masked, and then I was like called a lesbian, and like in a negative way, not to somebody going, oh, you're a lesbian, but like, you know, as a derogatory thing. And then like when I was 11, the entire class chanted the T slur at me because I was more masked. I had no idea what it meant.
And I do that now every time I see you.
Yeah, you do, constantly.
Not on camera though, no.
Yeah, not on camera.
Why then people think think that when you do transition, or like, you know, for me coming out as gay, suddenly it's like, oh, how would you know? But you guys all knew.
Yeah.
Like, if you were all calling us this, and now we've done the thing that you're calling us, they're like, oh, but you were too young to know. But, well, like...
You knew.
You knew. You had no problem calling us these things, because it's the same thing as like people saying, you know, calling trans people young, like, girl, you're such a girl, and when they transition, they say, but you'll never be a girl. But you guys were the ones who were calling me girl from the young age. Now I transitioned. You're like, but you'll never be a girl. Well, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
And they're the same people who are like, if you don't go fishing with your dad, then you're not his son.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's so dumb. Imagine being so insane and puerile, well, that's you, that the only facet of your personality is what brand of degeneracy you decide to adhere to.
They just tried to use a bunch of, like, fancy words.
That felt like someone's gone through a thesaurus and just gone, I'm going to pick a few words.
Yeah.
But the stupid thing is, right, you specifically show a specific type of thing on the internet for content or whatever, blah, 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 but they're basing that on your entire personality. You also don't only talk about being trans. Like, in my channel, when we do stuff together, we rarely talk about being trans stuff.
Yeah, and then
like,
when we just, like, hang out socially, it doesn't, like, come up.
No, like, it's not a thing that... So they're basing such a tiny 20-minute video of you that they see. And let's be honest, people like that don't actually go into the lore of Jamie and see all the other stuff that surrounds your personality. So they see one video of you talking about something being trans and then go, that's your entire personality?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so our personality of you is that you're a stupid... Like, is that you? Was that what you want to be known
That's
as?
probably more accurate for them than
yeah.
what they think about me.
I mean, it's accurate for me, but...
Debbie. See, Debbie.
Oh.
And this is a
Deborah.
Look at the is her name. Trans need electric shock treatment. There's a level of hate. There's like a line that some people cross where it stops. You know, when we were looking at your videos, the main characters are all like really just stupid, and then that guy who nearly killed somebody.
Yeah,
That's like, there is a line of transphobia where it's like, we can laugh at it, and then there's stepping over that and having a username like that, and it's like, why the have YouTube allowed you to have that as your username?
We said before about the offensive T-slur.
Yeah.
Like, there's that... How was that a name that they're allowed
Like,
to have?
how can you literally...
Debbie is why you dress like a tomboy. You would look nice. It's in a dress girl. But you, again, like, you don't dress like a tomboy. Like, you dress like... I mean, again, we're going stereotypes, but you dress like a stereotypical man. Like, I mean, a well-dressed one.
Oh, thank
I feel
you.
like I dress like a weirdo who can't accept the 2000s is over. But...
It really suits you.
But, like, also, like, I mean, again, if you think about what a tomboy would dress like, it's not this. I think because when I think of tomboy, I think really young, and you're old.
It was kind of like a term from our childhood for girls who were more masculine when they were kids.
Who would wear
I used
football
to get,
shorts sometimes.
Yeah, I literally like exclusively wore sports clothes when I was a kid, pretty much, and like football shirts. I got called a tomboy a lot. How I am now is very different to that, and also like I am just man. I am not.
Yeah,
tomboy.
you're just like a man. I don't really know.
I think I would look nice in a dress, but I don't want to wear one.
Trans needs electric shock treatment. I wonder what their name is.
That.
Oh,
They're so convinced they changed that by deed poll.
I think we should dead name them. Julian.
Actually, transphobic people are sane people who are not delusional.
Oh, another delusional.
It says Brian Wang.
Brian Wang, yeah.
Why do they all have these? Is it because they're kind of like...
I don't know what that's about, because they're very
Bot
common.
types.
Maybe it's botting? I don't know.
It does seem like that. Because you'd never have like a channel that you uploaded to where you were like, oh, Jammidodger, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't know. That feels very much like the name is taken, but the name can be taken. But I hardly doubt there are so many Wang that they need a -DG8GL.
Yeah. Could have had Brian Wang 1.
Yeah. I am the original Brian.
You are.
Brian's brain. Actually, transphobic people are sane people who are not delusional. The thing is,
Tell that to science.
even if you believe what you believe, what blah, 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 but do you honestly not have anything else going on in your life? Like, is this genuinely how you want to be, first of all, remembered in history, but also go outside. Don't just touch grass. Go and smush your face in the dirt.
Eat it.
Suffocate. Just go leave the house. It's so boring. It is so boring. I'm just so bored of like you.
This is like our 4th hour of filming today.
No, I'm just so sick of these people who just think that they, by saying this, is that, oh, actually we'll change our mind. If anything, although I think we are right and they're wrong, I can acknowledge that I am also incredibly stubborn. So my view on this, even though I consider my view to be the right and they consider their view to be right, I'm never going to change my mind on this. The same way that they're never going to change mine. Like, we're clearly...
if you changed your mind, you'd have to hate yourself.
I know, yeah. Just call me Blair White. Like, it's never going to happen. So at least I can understand that, which is why we might make content about it, but I acknowledge there's no point actually trying to have a conversation with them, whereas they will just keep trying to talk to you. They will keep trying to get you to see it because they're so, like, thick, and then they claim themselves to be the same ones.
Fundamentally, what I think about is, like, I know that being LGBT plus is like,
wrong.
Is like a valid thing that has support. It's factually based. And even if it wasn't, like, LGBT plus people exist. That is, like, nobody would choose to have this level of discrimination. So that's where I stand on, like, the actual, like, reality front. Is the reality is LGBT plus people exist.
To add on to that, sorry, quickly, if you actually look back at history, although what we have now in discrimination is quite bad still, if you go back to, like, the early 1900s, the things people would be, like, killed, put in prison, everything really horrifically, quite common around the world. It was only decriminalised in the UK in the 50s. Gay people also existed all the way back then. So you're going to go back and tell those people then, when there would have been zero representation, zero visibility of anyone, they all just suddenly just chose to be gay when it was so dangerous, even in, like, the lot of Western societies, like where we live here, being, like, again, it wasn't decriminalised until the 50s. Are you saying that it just didn't exist? Like, why would people choose it?
Yeah, there's so much evidence that people do not choose to be LGBT plus. But also, the main thing I look at is when you leave a comment like this, actually think about what you're saying, because transphobia hurts people. It hurts trans people who are legitimate, valid people that exist in this world. Being trans doesn't hurt anybody.
No.
And I'm like, you are clearly on the wrong side. Whether we agree or not on existence, I think, like, can we at least understand that one side is hurting and one side is not? All right, transgenders, I'll make you a deal.
Oh, talk to us that is like the group of the transgenders.
Deal or no deal.
Yeah.
No more whipping it out in changing rooms or demanding normal people use your incorrect pronouns. And if you're good, I'll get you your rights back. Steve Bannon and Ann Coulter are paying me to do this, so I got inside connections.
We've gone down the full, like, mental route here. Like, what? Say this is true, you would not be allowed to say that. People that have these kind of, like, connections to actual, like, I mean, I don't know who these people are. I'm assuming they're government people or something.
I'm assuming so.
Like, you would never be able to acknowledge that or say that, because then you're sort of, like, exposing underhanded government, like, payments and all that kind of shit. So if that was true, you'd lie. But I mean, also, no whipping around changing rooms. It just doesn't happen. The demanding of normal people use your incorrect pronouns, and then I'll get your rights back.
I actually
it is someone's
request
right
that people use my correct pronouns.
Absolutely.
So
and this is
dumb.
the thing, is it's like, for your rights to exist as a person, like, they would also then say that's too far. You just being able to, I don't know, adopt children or marry or, like, get your gender, like, recognised in your birth certificate, all these things, they would see all of that as wrong. So what do they want you to have as, like, your rights back? Is it literally just to, like, not be killed? Like, I don't know, what?
I think it's a basic right to be respected. Like, if you are, like, and even, like, legally in terms of workplaces, if you consistently deliberately misgender a trans person, you're going to be reprimanded, because being trans is a protected characteristic. So you're literally saying, I'll get you your rights back, whilst also clearly stating that we're not allowed the right to be respected for our identity and referred to correctly. Like, it's so stupid. I don't understand where this person's head is at.
Oh,
I feel like
now who's trying to rationalise?
I'm trying to rationalise it. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, stop wasting your time, babe. Silly
move
old
on.
bitch. Criticism is an hate. You are a woman on hormone that in danger. I don't hate you, just hate deception and normalising mental unlessy. Unlessy our health. It means in mental illness, our health, like mental unlessy. What is that? What I'm trying to, like, work out what they actually wanted to say there.
I have no idea. Maybe, like, normalising mental illness over health?
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that. Do you know, one thing that really frustrates me is this whole, like, oh, taking hormones are dangerous. Like, Testigel, which is the testosterone I'm on, that is most commonly prescribed to cis men who have either had to, like, have their testicles removed because of things like cancer, or who just have, like, naturally low testosterone
Well, a lot a lot of older people will take
And a lot
hormone
of-
replacement
yeah.
because of that.
And so you're saying that like a medication, it's like puberty blockers. Apparently they're too dangerous for trans kids, but oh no, cis kids it's fine. Same thing.
But also, I don't understand. Like, I understand that like people sometimes can be too sensitive when you might give them constructive criticism or something. But saying to a trans person, like saying to you, for example, you're a woman, that's not criticism. Like, what is that? That's just like you just being
Hateful.
Like, where's the constructiveness here?
Or like your hairstyle doesn't suit you.
Oh
because
yeah,
of it.
you looked
Like
at me and you thought hairstyle. Thank bald shaming.
I was thinking of my like if somebody actually has something constructive, but like being homophobic, being transphobic, telling somebody that they're gonna burn in hell, that's not a
I'm actually giving you
criticism.
constructive criticism. You're going to burn in hell. Okay, bye.
What do I
Thank
do
you.
with that?
Build a
Like,
bridge and get over it. Like what? It's like,
Take a bucket with me.
take a bucket. Oh my god,
water.
And you can kick the bucket, aka die.
And on the note of dying, let's end the video.
I-
That's all the hate for today.
Mental and Lessie.
Thank you so much for reading those with me. It's always more fun to react to hate with you.
I don't agree. And I'm
You
never
are the
coming
hate-
back.
you are
I
every
am.
single one of these
To be
haters.
fair, I feel like my comments about you were way more exciting. At least they had a bit more creativity there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just think mental unlessy is my favourite thing now. Normalising mental unlessy.
Is that going to become your next gout?
Yeah, sure. Mental unlessy, yeah.
Thank you so much for joining. Do go check out the videos we made on Rolly's channel. I'm not sure which ones will be up at this point, but I'm sure at least one will be live.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I have to edit that one tomorrow. I'm going to
great,
try
yeah.
to edit a day one.
Definitely there'll be one, if
Defecating.
not both. So go have a look. I'll leave the link in the description box. And yeah, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, and I'm sure next time you'll be just as hateful.
I will. Yeah, I will bring you back for some more transphobes.
Yeah, all guns matter. What was it? All rifles matter?
All rifles matter.
All lies matter.
If you want to go check out my Patreon, you can do. I really appreciate any support over there. It helps me continue creating content. You can see the names of some of my Patreons there. So if you want to be involved in that, then you can go check it out. And I just want to also say a massive shout out and thank you to my top tier Patreons: Chloe, Night Soul, Jill B, Nesta, Sugar Joe, Ioana Balash, Eldon K, Rye Loves Rory, The Third Hatman, Jaden Cricket, Max Makes Mods, and River Champagne. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye. Bleh.